Good morning, YouTube. I'm just getting ready. It is Sunday, March 13th, and I'm actually getting ready to go over to Gregory's niece's, I think it's like her 5th or 6th birthday party. Anyway, she's pretty young. They're having like a beauty spa day. I'm gonna go over and help them with like doing hair. Like I'll bring my Dyson Airwrap and doing nails. I have like a whole bunch of nail polish as well. So I'm gonna head over there soon. So I wanted to film this video getting ready because I feel like a lot of the previous mindset videos I have shared are like a sit down serious talk, and I just want to like convey that like life doesn't have to be so serious, even though a lot of the topics I'm talking about are serious. Like this one, like living your ultimate true happy life and what's holding you back from that. I want to share that this can be just like part of your daily mindset, part of your daily practice. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing like I have to change my entire life. Really, like I got here, like where I'm living, like every day I feel so happy to like live my current life, even though yes, we would like to buy a house. We're like looking to figure out where we want to live. Like there's so many things that we're still working on, but every day I'm just so freaking grateful for everything I have right now. I'm so healthy. I live in this big place when I lived in such a small place for like 2.5 years. I used to have roommates. Like it's crazy to have like my own place. It's crazy to live so closely to family. It's amazing, and I'm so grateful to travel around wherever I want to go see my family and go to Florida and do whatever I choose to. There's so many things that, you know, I feel like you're always going to have goals. That's just life. You're always going to have goals. I guarantee you at 70, there's always goals. But being grateful in the moment is how you live a happy life. Obviously, I'm going to talk about a lot more things in terms of what's holding you back, but I just wanted to kind of share, like, that's why I'm going to do like a get ready with me kind of chat, just so we can have like more of a casual chat. And you guys can let me know in the comments if you prefer this or a regular sit down chat, or what you guys prefer and what you guys would like to see more of. I am going to do my hair quickly with my Dyson Airwrap. Not quickly, it's probably going to take 15 minutes. I do have a full video on this. If you guys want to see exactly how I use the Dyson and do my hair, this is from, I blew dry my hair straight like 2 days ago, and I wash my hair like once a week. In the summer, I'll wash it more because I'll swim in the ocean, but in the winter, I wash it once a week. It really holds up. My hair is really thick. It doesn't get greasy. Before I actually do the Dyson, I spray the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Heat Styling Spray, and then afterwards, I use the Oral-B Superfine Hair Spray. So these are just like the two things that I do use with my hair. All right, and then I'm gonna come back and do my makeup, and we're gonna chat a little bit more. Oh, last thing I wanted to share is that whenever I'm getting ready, even in the morning if I'm not like doing hair and makeup, I like to listen to Audible because it's such a great way to like, instead of like if you don't have time to sit there and read and infuse yourself with like great self-development or whatever you want to learn about. Say you want to learn about like investing in the stock market, say you don't have time to like read a book on it, Audible is so amazing. And so I listen to something every morning. I just finished a Happy Pocket Full of Money, and I read the physical book of this one, but I also wanted to read it again because this one was a little bit more like in depth. It had so much information. You're hearing new concepts that you either didn't get in the book or, you know, forgot. You feel like you're remembering something. Right now I'm listening to Good Vibes, Good Life by Bex King. I just started it this morning. It's been on my wish list like in Audible for a while. I wasn't sure if I should get it, but they have like the sample now feature. Another one on my wish list is Inner Glimpse by Adele Ahmed. I read her other book, and I feel like I'm gonna get this book next too because you get like a credit each month. But anyway, just a tip to kind of like utilize your time while you're getting ready. Not take too long. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm combing through the curls like right away because I don't like how tight they are. So I'll do this and then they'll kind of like settle out, and like throughout the rest of the day they'll take a little bit of a chill as well. So I'm just gonna get my bangs out of the way and get started with some makeup. But yeah, today I wanted to share why you could be holding yourself back from a life of happiness, even if You say you want, to be ultimately happy. You say you want loving relationships. All these things, you could totally want it, but there's some things you could be holding yourself back from subconsciously by your actions and not really even know it. So that's why I feel like today's topic is so important, because it's less about like the actions you can take and more about like looking at your current life and seeing if any of these resonate with what you've been doing and what you're currently doing right now. So take a second, really look at your current life, how it's been going, look at the past year or two, or even like the past 3 years if you want to look at that. But I feel like what's pretty substantial is like life since quarantine, so March 2020, which is exactly 2 years ago. So that's why I'm feeling like, looking at the past 1 to 2 years to just get started with what we're gonna talk about next. Now that you're thinking about that, think about what's going on in your life and think about what you might be holding on to. So my first area that I want to touch on is things that you might not be letting go of. Something, and this might come to mind for you guys too, something that a lot of people have not let go of is the fact that circumstances outside of our control have changed our life. The pandemic. Obviously, every single person's life has changed in some way or another since the pandemic. And I want you to think about not only that, but anything else that has been out of your control. Maybe it was a medical diagnosis. Maybe it was people coming in or out of your life. Maybe it was you got let go of your job. That also happened a ton during the pandemic. And guess what? It was out of people's control. It had nothing to do with their performance. And instead there was a massive layoff. That was not in your control if you were laid off during that time. Think about what has gone on that's been out of your control. I know for me, it was a lot of travel plans that happened, and I was so upset when it was going on. Like, we were going to go to Bali in April 2020 for a retreat, and I'm still a little bit concerned, not so much anymore as of recently, but in terms of international travel, like going to Europe, going to other places outside of the US. I am going to Mexico in May, but there was always that question mark factor of like, when is it gonna be the right time and okay to go outside of your house, go on a plane, go out of the country, things like that. Now, are you willing to let these things go? You cannot live your ultimate true happy life if you're holding on to things in the past that have not worked out for you for one reason or another that was totally outside of your control. You need to let that go. And how I let things go that have happened like that, you can grieve situations. You can grieve things like your ideal wedding. Say your wedding got postponed. You can grieve that feeling of what you wanted. You can grieve situations that you thought were gonna happen, people that you thought were gonna be in your life long term. Actually go through those emotions, feel sad about it. Like, throw yourself a mini pity party and feel whatever comes up in that situation. Like, that's how you can release things. You have to feel them first. You can also use different kinds of like positive affirmations here, and also like the knowing that like better things might happen, a better wedding venue, a better vacation. Moving to New York for us sprang up because of the pandemic. I don't know when we would have gotten back here, and honestly, coming back from Florida recently, it has been nice to come back home and really feel like this is like where I live now. I was really worried, as I've shared in previous videos, that it wasn't going to feel like that, but I knew I needed to give myself time. And coming back this weekend, actually yesterday, we finished up a lot of the house. We did get our kitchen chairs finally. We chose them, ordered them, and then Gregory put them together yesterday. Yeah, we went around the house and basically looked at what we had to finish up, what we had to put on the walls or clean out. Like, I had this old filing cabinet that I wasn't even using, and just like throwing stuff out. So know that what didn't work out is okay. Know that your future and present moment can still be incredible, even though these thoughts, these plans you had didn't work out. Like, that's okay. Plans don't work out all the time. You can shift, you can pivot and adjust. So you can even journal this out. Like, what do I need to and what am I willing to let go at this time? Also, things I've done in this kind of situation is write it all down. Write down what I wanted the scenario to be. Write down what I was hoping for, wishing for, whatever. Really sit with it and then burn it and feel that release. Okay, next I want to talk about, and sometimes I do this, I put lavender oil It's like lavender essential oils in my palm. And sometimes if I'm getting ready to like go out, not today, but I really like doing this, I rub it in my hands and it's just like, it feels very calming. So lavender essential oil. I also use it when I'm meditating or if I need it like going to bed, anything like that. It's very, very soothing and very calming for me. All right, next thing I do want to talk about is something that we all experience, no matter how old you are, what phase you are in life. Actually, kids might not go through this. I don't know, I have to ask a child. But it's the fear of the unknown. Your life might be good. It might be nice. You might not even know it, but you might be settling a little bit in relationships, in where you live, in your job, in the friendships you surround yourself with. This is huge. So your life might be good, you might be very comfortable, you already know what to expect in terms of on Saturdays you go out with your girlfriends, on Sundays you do laundry and clean the house, whatever it is. But in these situations, we might have a huge fear of the unknown, and that's why we're not willing to take our life to that next level, because what we have right now is pretty good. It's not our dreams, it's not what we thought we would have. We also still might be wanting and wishing for more. But what we have right now is pretty good. So you're not gonna mess that up. Guess what? This is the fear of the unknown. I mean, we had that a ton moving to New York. We're like, oh my God, like, am I gonna like it? Things like that. You just don't know until you put yourself in that situation. But the thing about change is you really never know until you go through it. You never know if you are going to love it until you make a change. You never know. That's of course getting out of your comfort zone. So let's think about it. Is the fear of the unknown holding you back from whatever you want to do? For me, it was starting an online business. I had no idea about online marketing, social media. I had no idea about sales, affiliate marketing. I didn't know how to do any of it. But guess what? I knew I didn't back then. I was in management consulting, and I knew I didn't want to live that life forever. I had to travel a lot, and that's really what my life started to revolve around. Like, I didn't have a social life. I really couldn't make plans like my personal travel. I did a ton of fun traveling, and honestly, that's what everyone saw on the outside. I went to like Jamaica and Dubai and Nashville and Chicago, New York. The list goes on about places I traveled, and it was a fun life. Like my early 20s, it was so much fun. And I was like, am I gonna give up this salary, this lifestyle? Like, I traveled first class everywhere. Am I gonna give all of this up because deep down, I know that I'm so stressed out and I know that I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I was doing it for 4 years, and if I didn't start making a change, I know I could have been there another 4 at least. And the issue there, and what you have to think about, like, is what you're sacrificing. So what is your current life costing you? For me, it was costing me my mental health. I had severe anxiety. For a lot of different reasons. I noticed I was drinking a lot more, and right now I don't really drink except for socially. Friday night I did have 1 glass of wine. I was excited to be home, and we were finishing a few things around the house, and it was like a cute night. But besides that, we really don't drink that much anymore. And I noticed that I was drinking a half bottle to a full bottle of wine every single night. So if you're settling for something but constantly in the back of your mind you're thinking about something else, you're wondering about something else, or like for me, it was affecting my mental health pretty badly, you have to think about what your current life is costing you. Even though it might seem glamorous, it might seem like, wow, like you're living like the best life, even though it might be something that you thought that you're gonna do for the rest of your life, like a certain job, you have to think about what it's costing you. Step out of the fear of the unknown. Honestly, you can usually like go back. Like, say you try something new, you can kind of like go back, but I guarantee you, you won't. But that's just something you kind of have to tell yourself in those situations when you are feeling nervous. You're like for me, like going to New York, like I was like, I can always move back to LA, even though in my head I was like, we're not gonna move back to LA, but I was like, I can always go back if I absolutely hate it. That really helped me like get over like this fear of what it was gonna be like to live here. The last thing I want to talk about and what might be holding you back from living a life of ultimate happiness. This one took me years to let go of. to resolve. Oh my gosh, it really like brings up a lot, like thinking about this, but it's thinking about and caring what other people think of you and what other people think about your life. Honestly, a lot of times people, friends, family, they put you in a box. Say you go to college, you're going to college to be a teacher. You are now a teacher. You're now in that box. You want to have other hobbies, but that, like, think about like when you first meet someone, one of the first questions is, oh, what do you do for work? You're a teacher. That's it. That's your box. To change careers, that can feel like changing your identity. And that is so scary. For me, I loved being that fun family member that moved out to California first, that when she came home, it was always so exciting. Moosh, is everything okay? Anyway, so it can be location, it can be anything. Like say you're a mom, it can be, yep, you're a mom, and say you want to go back to work after raising the kids for how many years. That's an identity shift. And you might be nervous that people don't see you in that light, or like that's a shift for them. I gotta tell you one thing and one thing only here. You have to live your life for yourself. Friends, family, unfortunately can come and go. People can be in and out of your life. The only person that you have to make happy and you have to live your life for is yourself. No matter if you want to go travel in a van in Bali, do whatever you want. Like the only person that you have to make sure is happy and fulfilled is yourself. Don't try and please your parents. Don't try and please past professors that thought you were gonna grow up and be something that maybe was on their wish list that they didn't get to do, or friends. Say your friends think like your job is the coolest and you don't know how your friends are gonna think about you if you quit this job that's actually soul sucking. Please, you have to think about yourself and understand, like think through other people's judgments and how much that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. At the end of this life, you don't even know who's gonna be there. Are you gonna be like, oh cousin, are you so happy that I did this and that I stuck it out, stayed with it, continued doing whatever it is? No, it's not for them. That is all my tips for today. I hope at least one of these helped you. All of these tips and scenarios that I talked through were all things that I've struggled in my personal life for years, and that's why I wanted to bring this up, because you don't have to struggle. These things will probably take a little bit to work through and to release, because in terms of routine, like we're only natural, we're only humans, and we like routine, we like feeling comfortable. And if you like these kind of mindset tips, let me know down below. But I share almost daily different mindset tips over on my Instagram, so don't forget to follow me there. If you did like this video, don't forget to share it with a friend or someone you think that it might help as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do put out videos every Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for being here. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. You live the life of your dreams, and I'll see you next week.